Do you think that the College Football Playoff Committee got it right?
You know, Rich, they got it fine. I'm not sure they got it right. I don't think there's a right and wrong, but it's just fine. I don't want to hear the whining from Georgia. You know, you're on equal footing. You play in the same conference as Alabama. You recruit the same kids as Alabama. You got a coach we know is a terrific coach who learned at the knee. One of the people he did was from the coach at Alabama and Kirby Smart. I don't want to hear from them blowing a 2-touchdown lead in the fourth quarter that somehow everybody got it wrong if they put in Oklahoma or Ohio State. Don't want to hear it. Georgia's had its chances. I mean, just, you know what? They could be penalized and passed over for the fake punt alone. You know, you make those decisions and you lose that game after having the lead on a neutral site. I don't want to hear it. So Oklahoma in the title game is in the Final Four is fine for me. Ohio State would have been fine. Georgia would have been fine. Any of those three teams, you can split hairs if you want, but I don't want to hear from Georgia that somehow they were wronged, because they weren't.
I was saying that the Jalen Hurts comeback, if you will, story, the only thing I could compare it to is Drew Bledsoe coming back for the injured Tom Brady to win the 2001 AFC Championship game and put the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That's the only thing I could compare it to. What is your take on Hurts and that story in Alabama that unfolded in the SEC Championship game, Michael?
You know, Rich, that's a great pull to think of that. I did not think of that. But I think the Hurts story is even more, I don't know, I don't want to get carried away here and say inspirational, but it's certainly a cautionary tale. It's a wonderful story in that Jalen Hurts is a kid. I mean, he's not paid to play football like Brady and Bledsoe. I mean, this is a kid who stayed there, who could have transferred out, who had to trust a lot of people, including a coaching staff. And, you know, you don't always have to trust a coaching staff. We know plenty of tales of kids transferring because they didn't trust the coaching staff. So it's probably, and this is very cliche, to credit to everybody involved, the coaching staff at Alabama, his parents, the teammates, friends, but most of all, Jalen Hurts, who has never done anything but uttered the right thing when asked about this. And it must have been terribly difficult at times to be 26-2 and told you're being replaced. And to get this chance, and I don't know what happens from here. It doesn't much matter to me as much that Jalen Hurts has cemented his place in these great sports stories as just you know what? It's just basic. Just he must be a hell of a kid to be able to do this and pull this off, and then not just getting the chance, but taking advantage of it and playing as well as he did, even in the area in which it was thought he had a shortcoming, the passing game. He didn't look like he had any shortcomings on Saturday night when I was watching, so good for him, man. I think it's pretty incomparable.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.